And they go, this is the most like camered place in the U.S. And I go, oh.
When they think that no one's going to do it because who would be that stupid? This is where I see opportunity.
Yeah.
I think, okay, no one's going to do it. So they're not even be checking the footage because like, what kind of idiot is going to risk, what would it be, a federal crime for taking a neck pill?
So, this is bad. Some of this is bad. Some of this is bad. Some of this is bad.
To drag out horse.
No. Also, you said that your trainer said that cold plunges reduce muscle mass or growth. And then there's a study out there that confirms it by like a lot.
Yeah, so because you for your muscle to get like tore down and then rebuilt, it has to get inflamed. So if you reduce, it's like if you're going running, you're trying to do inflammation, great, do the cold plunge. But if you do it right after you work out, you're making the muscle not grow so much.
That's what I hear.
The hot guys in the sauna were talking about this.
Really?
I just listen to what they say, and then I go like, I should be doing that.
Yeah.
Well, they were saying that you shouldn't cold plunge?
If you're doing weights.
Oh,
Because
okay.
if you're trying to build the muscle, then it like zaps.
They get all
basically.
scientific in the sauna.
Mhm.
It's really
because you're in Austin too.
yeah.
So that's what you're over here.
And they love like talking about it, and they're all shredded.
Yeah.
Shredded boys, and I always, because I'm a copier at the gym, so I just look what the hot guys are doing, and then once they leave, I like attempt.
Totally.
I try to do whatever they do, and it never looks.
What do
as
they
good.
say about doing it before?
Well, I
don't know about before.
These sauna boys don't know about before?
I'm too scared to talk to the sauna boys.
You gotta raise your little hand.
Yeah.
What about before? And then just leave.
The best is when they'll all be talking, and then one of them will look at me and go, "Are you a comedian?" I go, "Oh,
Yes.
I am. Yeah, crazy to do it with all my clothes off, but
Right.
yeah, I am."
It's bad for women's hormones to do the cold plunges too, because it's like it puts too much stress on your body.
It's bad for estrogen?
I guess it's bad for estrogen.
That
Whoa.
feels like I kind of want to do it more then.
Yeah,
Feels like it'd be good for you
maybe to get more estrogen.
to get less. Wait, aren't you? I would assume you want less.
I would want less. Oh, so then I should do it. Yeah. How does my thing sound?
Good.
When I was on the elevator, you guys might get a kick out of this. So coming, like in the hotel, these guys got on and they were all like, they're like, "Is Kyle a twink?" They're like debating if someone was a twink, and I was like, "Can't you just tell if someone's a twink?" Normally?
Well,
Like,
there's a lot
could
of
someone
we-
not look like a twink and then be a twink?
No.
Okay.
It's all about the look. It's
Okay.
actually what you don't know what can unqualify them as a twink. Like their age can unqualify them as a twink.
Really?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
see a twink and then he goes, I'm 35. You go, oh,
You're
I'm
not
so sorry.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
What about an old
See,
twink?
I would think that you could be an old twink. I think it's like an energy.
But then you would be an old twink. You wouldn't be a twink.
Damn. Damn.
Yeah, the men, they don't play about these
Yeah,
labels.
don't get it twisted. Yeah, there's lots of caveats.
And it's kind of like when like older people are on TikTok being like, "Be real. How old do you think I am?" That's like an old twink
Right.
being like, "I'm a twink." It's like
Right.
you're asking to get it made fun of right now.
Got it.
You
I
know?
feel like once you age at a twink, you become an otter.
That's what an
If you
otter
do-
That's
is.
what I think.
if you do the work. I feel like that'd be an otter. You have to have like you have to like have a pretty toned bod.
But that's a twink.
What role does energy play in it? Because like I'll talk.
Huge.
That's
Crop top energy.
to twink then. Because to me, like my girlfriend, we were talking about this because she'll be like, I'm worried about not being like a baby. Like she likes
Okay.
being like babied a little bit.
Yeah.
And so she's like, I'm worried about as I get older that I won't be. I mean, she's like a boss at work and all that stuff. But then part of the sexual dynamic is like we'll like play around with that. Not. Let me say we're recording. We started.
Yeah. it
Okay.
started.
It's like.
I know exactly
You
what
know
you're
what I
talking about,
mean?
and it's my biggest fear. I've said
Yeah.
this for a long time.
He's baby.
Okay, great. Say if we've all got the context for it. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a gay male podcast. You
God
fuck-
bless.
Yeah.
God bless.
Yeah.
So
very
to
much.
me, I was like, no, it's an energy thing, and I'm not just saying that to her. I'm like, you are a baby. You're always it's like that's always there. Like you could be so old on your deathbed.
I am worried about my dementia and what I'm going to say. And it's like, oh, am I such a good boy?
Yes.
Tell me I'm a good boy.
and hopefully someone will be like, you're a good boy.
Yeah, I'm like, I just shit my pants, Nancy.
Good boy. Bad boy. Bad boy. Be a good boy. Clean
That's
yourself
good
up.
boy.
Good
No,
boy.
no, no, that's a good boy.
Clean yourself
Yeah.
up with dementia. You have dementia, but clean yourself up.
I do not have health insurance.
Is
in
baby?
this
Do
fantasy.
you not?
I do. In this fantasy, it sounds
Sure.
like somebody's not taking care of me.
Totally, I get it.
It sounds like nurse neglect.
Oh yeah. Well, there's
It's
a
a real
lot of
thing.
that.
It's a real thing.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think I'm gonna get neglected.
I tried to pitch a show once called what the hell was it called? It was, you know how ID Discovery does all those crime shows? Oh, Caretakers Who Kill. That's what it was. That was an idea I had because I was on one and I was like seeing all the shows that they had. It was Deadly Affairs and they had all these shows about like killer twins and stuff. And I was like, what about Caretakers Who Kill? And the feedback was people don't really care about old people. And I was like, damn. Because it is a thing. I don't know if there's caretakers who kill, but like there's like
Yeah, there's of course.
Wait, I feel
caretakers
like
that
that's every time I see like elder abuse on like a TikTok, it has like 1 million views.
this was whenever that Deadly Affairs episode came out, which was like 12 years ago.
Those are the ones
14.
you're seeing. I mean, there's millions of elderly abuse
Yeah,
videos
we don't
on
even
TikTok.
know.
Yeah, they're just going unnoticed.
I
Right.
just feel like I always like.
I
I
hit-
comment. I try to make it my
You
algorithm.
engage.
I say,
Yeah.
don't show me things like this again, and I just skip.
I wish I said only show me stuff like this.
Elder abuse primarily.
Yeah.
That's my TikTok algorithm.
I at least it would be better than the dancing videos I watch.
See, I don't get any
Armenians,
of the
they
dance
got
What do you
culture.
get?
All of my videos, well, I joke about it all the time. It's just like compilations of the TV show Normal People. I'm just like, have you ever seen it?
No.
It's just like an Irish love story. It's one season. It's heartbreaking, and every single night, it's just that. It's over and over and over again.
Wow.
That I get Yellow Jacket edits. I get a lot of Grey's Anatomy stuff. Mine's all like big on TV, and then like really ripped guys who are wearing gray sweatpants with no underwear with huge bulges. But I
Yes.
don't like when they have dildos in their pants. I like when you can tell that it's soft.
I don't even know if I've ever seen one. Oh, with a dildo in their pants. I never even thought about that.
Yeah, the straight guys are gay baiting us these days.
Did you guys see that one that the game came out with a while ago? Was that a dildo in his pants, or was his penis really that big?
The game?
The game. Remember the rapper? How's the song
Oh.
go? This is how we do it.
I know. I first thought you meant a video game, and then I realized I was laughing. 'cause
rapper.
He definitely.
When you said
doesn't
the
know
game,
who
I
that
thought,
is.
is this like the challenge?
The
But that's a good name for a reality show. The game.
it was like
But I don't follow the game.
he had this post where it was like he was doing like a selfie, but he had huge. Oh, if I pull it up, he had a
Well,
huge.
I think
bulge.
that the game has really little dick energy, so I can't imagine that he's got a big dick in real life.
Let's
I
see.
love when guys wear sweatpants with no underwear, and if you open up my Instagram Explore page, it's all that.
But what are they doing in the videos?
They're just
Because
like walking around being like, gay people should go to hell or whatever.
Really?
There's a lot of homophobia on Instagram.
well, I was thinking about maybe that's my TikTok.
Yeah. Colton, I've told you so many times.
It's very big.
I believe that.
I believe
Let me
it,
see.
but
I believe that.
No, I don't believe it.
What?
I don't believe it.
Huge.
What are you talking about? That's a very. I don't feel like that is a crazy dick. I've seen crazier dicks.
Really? I thought this was very. It's bigger than the ones in the porn I see usually.
Yeah, but that's like pretty hard.
I do think
I see what he's doing. He got a chubby.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I think that that's more than
Oh.
a chubby. I think that that's actually just like very inelastic. Those are new spandex boxers.
Okay. He knows what he's doing.
Oh, he knows what
He knows
he's
what
doing.
he's
any guy where you can kind of see their dick in their picture, they did that on purpose.
Would you rather have
Nope.
a dick pic or a bulge pic?
Oh,
For what?
Like if someone was trying to holler at you specifically.
Bulge pic.
Oh.
A bulge pic really gets me going.
Mm.
I like
That was his profile picture forever.
for years on Grindr. I was just bulge pic.
You.
Yeah,
Like you had a bulge in your pants.
yeah. So I know you hear my voice, but I'm actually a top.
Oh, I believe. I remember that. Good for you.
Thank you so much.
Good for you.
Yeah, so I do that, but bulge pics. I think that like bulges are the hottest thing in the world, and you know what I love is when a guy's walking around, you can tell he's kind of hard. That's my favorite.
Mm.
You have eyes for it. I mean,
I'll look at my closest friend's bulge. I don't
Just
care.
check it out.
I just to see if you're gonna walk around. If you're gonna walk around with sweatpants on and think I'm not gonna look,
Right.
You're crazy.
They're asking for
You're
it.
asking for it. Oh, absolutely.
I do wish that was a job that I could get you. Like,
Oh,
I know
bulge
the best
TSA?
bulge finder there is.
He'll be able to let you know if they have what their bulges at right away, benefiting.
And if it's a
Nobody
good one and it's a
but.
good friend, I'll
Yeah.
say something. I'll
Really?
go, what?
I
go,
would feel
what's
so
going on?
self-conscious.
Really?
Yeah.
They love it.
If you were like, you got a bulge, I'd be like, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how I
You
feel about
know?
it.
Or are they ever like, what are you going to do about it?
No, see, that's hot.
Mm.
I would love if they said, "What are you gonna do about it?" But no, they don't usually say that.
Because you usually don't say it.
No, I'll say it to like friends.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but usually if someone's a good friend of mine, they won't. I won't like actually be attracted to them anymore.
Right.
But yeah, that happens quickly for me.
I know. You start like putting things in like different boxes.
We have a friend who this perfectly, Matt Ross, who I made a rumor up about him that because he's like everyone thinks he's a really hot guy. When I first met him, I was like, oh my god, he's so hot. And then we became friends, and then I started a rumor that he had lost his sparkle. And
Damn! What an advanced rumor! Wow, have you been like that? Is so layered and nuanced of gossip. Like that is so fucking advanced. Lost his sparkle.
And now gay guys will comment on his pictures.
That is like vicious.
I know.
Damn.
And gay guys will comment on his podcast and be like, Matt lost his sparkle.
Holy
and
shit!
I think it's so funny. But
Or they'll write, he's got his sparkle back.
Yeah.
Seriously, because that's so that you're gonna get in his head. I mean, like,
That's the whole
devastation.
goal. Yeah.
If I ever hear someone being like, "Oh, Emma, like you seem all right," like because I heard that, like, I heard the spirit left your eyes. I'll be like, Dylan, Dylan,
Spirit
that's
left
a
your
Dylan
eyes.
rumor.
Well, you know what's funny about it is that someone like pathologized it and was like, maybe Dylan was just attracted to Matt when he first met him, and then became friends, and he lost his attraction, so that was the sparkle.
Right.
And I was like, I didn't even think of that. I go, that's the truth.
Did you actually think he lost his sparkle? So you were like saying that factually to you? It wasn't like a rumor.
I just lost my attraction.
Okay,
to him
so it
as we
wasn't
became
out of
friends.
nowhere.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
damn though, that almost makes it meaner.
Yeah.
It's like
does.
not like just off of nothing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Because you took your not attracted to him anymore and made everybody not attracted to him anymore.
I'm a bully. I'm a bully, and I'm mean.
You guys, we all don't like Matt Ross anymore.
Never
I
met
thought
him.
so.
But I'm gonna be real locked in when I do meet him. Just
Yeah.
check the sparkle.
You Larry David.
Yeah, I'll
him.
be like, no sparkle. I see what.
You know, to defend Matt Ross on this podcast, he's been on multiple times. He did shave his head the other day, and I did message him and said, "You have your sparkle back."
Really?
I said just to give it back to him.
But now that we've established that means that your attraction.
yeah, but I was just being not. You know what I mean? I was just being.
Oh,
nice.
you were lying.
yeah,
I was lying before.
you got your sparkle back, but still not for me. But maybe for other people.
yeah,
Could be.
yeah.
Also, the sparkle is you're like, I was really into it until I got to know him, and then it just left.
Well, it's hard to like. It's like easy when you see a guy who's like hot or whatever to be like, oh yeah, he's fucking hot. I would like hook up with him, and then once you actually become like still have a friendship to be like still yearning for that, I think is like pathetic energy.
But I feel
And
like
so it goes away quick.
Well, it's like classic rom-com, right? Like the straight kind of dorky guy just stays with it and like does every
Yeah.
great thing for the girl, and then eventually she loves him, even though she wasn't into it at the beginning. It's the flipped version.
Well, that's the problem. And this is not the movies, honey.
No.
This is real
Would
life.
you feel like? Do you feel like it's because it feels too intimate, or is it just because like that?
It's that.
Yeah.
Well, I had a
It's
situation that the only guy I ever like truly had feelings for, it was a situation like that where he was like straight, I guess, or whatever he is now. I think he's identifying as bi, but it was like, and he was like, I was like, I have feelings for you. And he was like, I'm not gay. He's like, but if I was, I would be like in love with you. It was like one of those situations. And then, and I was kind of like, whatever. We had like a tumultuous, like, what's going on here? And then eventually he was
Because
like,
you guys were hooking up.
no, we didn't hook up. But then eventually he was like, I actually do. I do have feelings for you or whatever. But like the energy of that exchange was like,
I thought you guys did hook up.
we did, but we would not not like secretly or it didn't happen until after he admitted to having feelings for me as well.
Okay.
And so I think that energy of like yearning for somebody
Sure.
for so long who was such a good friend was like something that I will never put myself in that position to do ever again.
You're like, what if it was someone who you're not yearning for because they're available? So it's like there they are.
I don't think you have to yearn if someone's available and into you. I also now, maybe I'm just older. Like if someone's not into me, I'm just like, yeah, I have
I
no
think
interest.
that-
Yes,
I mean,
totally.
I don't know. I think that you could. I think it does require two people to yearn, no matter what.
Actually, I do think you could have a yearning. Like maybe yearn is too strong a word, but like if I didn't see my girlfriend for a really long time, I definitely miss her.
Yeah.
But
that's
a
your
yearn-
girlfriend, but you know what I mean? Like some unavailable guy or like a straight guy. Like we're around comics, so with like
Yeah, but how did they
Right.
become girlfriends? The yearn.
The lesbian yearn.
Feel
Yeah.
the yearn.
Yeah.
And yearning is a huge part of attraction too, because also that's like you can like fantasize. Reality is never as attractive. It can be safer, but
Yeah.
it's never like quite that high, that like the dopamine hit of it.
Yeah.
That
That's
is a
actually why I
yearn.
don't ever need to actually go over to their house. I'm always like, I imagined it, and it was way better in my head. I know
Totally.
it was.
Right. And then you don't have to deal with that's how I think of so many things with like porns that I'll watch, like, because I'll watch like a lot of like gangbang or wife swap stuff, and it's like I wouldn't actually want to do the work. Like literally, the conversations around it are too much, and I'm not even talking about the sexual ones. I mean, like, what time are you free? Like logistics. I'm like, I don't. It's just too much.
Honestly, the planning makes me go self-conscious too, because I'm like, oh, Colton, your worst trait, they're gonna see that you're a fraud, you're an idiot because you can't even plan a schedule.
Apparently, ADHD people are like the most attracted to like threesomes and stuff, but are also the worst at it because we can't plan. So it's like people with ADHD are like the most into like open relationship and that type of stuff, but then we can't execute it. We execute it the worst because think of all the planning. Like in an open relationship, that's a lot of planning.
I do try to preface it to people too, like, I cannot give you the attention you need,
right?
And they'll go, it's just enough, just being, and you go, you're not listening.
I'm telling you.
I'm a nightmare.
I'm telling
you. People will sacrifice what they actually want to fit into the mold sometimes. You know what you're saying?
Oh,
that
yeah.
Like that's what I would do.
All day.
Yeah. Like it's like, oh, you're looking for something hyper specific. It's like, I remember I'll go on dates with guys sometimes. You can tell if someone likes you because I don't drink, and I'd be like, oh, I don't drink. And they're like, oh yeah, I barely drink. And you're like, you're lying.
Right.
You know what I mean? You're just saying that because I just said I don't drink and you want to like hang out with me.
Was anyone ever like, oh, I got a problem?
I think like when I had a problem, I would hang out with other people who had problems, and we'd all be like, I gotta stop drinking, and they'd be like, me too, you know. So but since sober, I don't think I could hang out with.
And then when you do stop drinking, sometimes I had this with two people that were like, wait, if you stopped, we used to drink together, does that mean I have a problem? I'm like, oh, I can't answer that for you. Like, who knows? Like, it's all good. No worries. But I can tell they'll be like, gosh, like, we were keeping up with each other, and then I would go do coke, and I'd be like, I can't, I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
But I get why people get self-conscious about it, because we're just watching them drink.
I don't know what to tell you, but yeah.
Yeah. This is an intervention, actually.
For sure.
Well, I heard a quote one time. They were like, if you ever are constantly thinking, do I have a problem with drinking? The answer is yes. Like if you're thinking about it,
totally.
It's probably yeah.
But does that mean we have a problem with all the things we constantly think we have problems with? Because then
Well, no, that's just mental illness.
Yeah.
Yeah, anyway, let me answer that. Yeah.
Fuck. Because I always think I gotta have anxiety problems, and then it makes me more anxious.
Right.
Yeah.
I've been trying to like figure out what to do about that though.
I know.
But it's making me resent everything. Be like, because they will breathe, and I go, and I go, oh God! If God was real, He wouldn't make that a requirement. I just feel like if God exists, He's a piece of shit for making me have to breathe.
Damn, that's where God fucked up. The breathing.
I just resent the need. He just makes me do it every day. It's not even something I could do on Sundays.
At least it's automated though. Like it's
that
like,
is so
you know
true.
what I mean?
At
We're
least
not
it's automated.
We're like, it's like instinctual. We're not like,
it should be. But what about the anxiety thing? They
I
go,
know.
oh yeah, breathe. And you go, fuck.
I know.
It does suck when it is automated, but then you start thinking about it, and then you start making yourself breathe, and then all of a sudden you're like, fuck, how do you get it back on automated version? Like when you're laying in bed trying to fall asleep, you're like,
yeah, you're just
like, fuck, now I'm getting control.
Right.
you took
you're just hitting autopilot.
Autopilot.
Fuck.
I always want everything to be on autopilot.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
my fantasy. Like me in a little cave controlling like a computerized version of me, but it's like I can just autopilot everything, and then I just get to sit back and watch it, but not have to interact.
I don't say watch
that sounds my favorite.
That's what I want to do.
I heard this English lady with blue hair, that's fine, on TikTok, and she said that people with ADHD don't really have the choice for autopilot as much as neurotypical people.
Interesting.
So like you might think of, I just mindlessly brush my teeth, but I have to consciously brush my teeth every morning.
Fucking brushing the teeth.
I know. It's
the
bad.
final frontier. And I really fall short of that shit.
I swear to God, I watched Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. They had the self-cutting hair, the robot. I was like,
Nice.
do that for my teeth.
Totally.
And now it's 2025, and I'm still not getting that.
There's one that you can have, but you still have to put it up to your mouth.
Hey.
I'm out. Because I had it. Like you literally like.
Oh, you did get it.
I got it. You put it in, and then it like you just hold it there. That's it, and it goes like it brushes all of them at once. But I stopped doing that, and then I went back to my old
because it feels like
ways.
kind of a bitch to clean.
I didn't believe that it was actually doing
Of
anything.
course.
But
Yeah.
supposedly you just put it in, but you know.
Plus, you still have to scrape the tongue.
I don't do this tongue scraping.
What about like the toothbrush on the tongue?
I'll do that, yeah.
I do that.
But the tongue scraping is very good for you, and I just learned why like a month ago. Because when we detox overnight, it's getting the toxins out of the tongue. And see, when people explain it like that, I'm like, oh, now it makes sense. I need to know the why behind it. Otherwise, I lose it in the mix.
Yeah.
What toxins out of the tongue?
So when we're sleeping, our body's like clearing out our like, sentient cells and any type of toxins that your body's like taking care of while you're asleep. It excretes through the tongue is one of the ways because like a pathway.
What about the bottom of the feet pads? You see that shit?
I don't think that's legit at all.
But you wanted to buy it. You know
I did buy it. Yeah, I bought it and I put. Have you seen those?
No.
So it's these pads, and then it's like you wake up and they're like they're dark, and you're like, oh my god, it's the toxins coming out.
Yeah.
But I think it's just that
oxidation or something.
It's the sweat of your feet, and then it like when it gets a liquid on it, it turns another color, and then it makes people be like, oh my god, it's
you
all
think
the
it's
nicotine.
a magic ink situation?
I think that those don't actually do anything. Maybe a foot like bath where it's like hot, so the pores are open, you're getting stuff in that way. I'll sometimes rub stuff in my like armpits that I'm like trying to get into my system, but I don't know about the bottom of the feet. Recently, I've been putting iodine because I got my blood test. My iodine's really low, so I'm trying to take iodine, rub iodine, put iodine on my thyroid.
What does it do?
Nothing yet. Any day now, get it cranking for the love of God. I'm trying to get myself like all like fixed up because I'm tired all the time. I shouldn't be so. I'm always tired, but it's like I shouldn't be.
Oh no.
And people like you travel out. I'm like, nah, yeah, but like I shouldn't. This is not. It's not matching up.
Chip went out last night, and I was at home by 2, and I saw his location. He was still out drinking. And then I got up at 11, and I saw he was up at 7 a.m.
Right.
And then he went to a flag football game, and I was like, how do you do that?
It's beyond me.
Yeah. Sometimes I felt like when I was drinking, I could almost push through because the promise of the next day of like we could go out after all of this again. You know what I mean? Like we really, we're going to go to the flag football. We're crazy.
And you had the excuse, I'm tired because alcohol.
Yeah, but now when I'm tired, I'm like, I slept 9 hours.
Yep.
I go, what's happening?
Yeah.
Also, when you're drinking, like I felt like I didn't have to like do any processing time, so I could just like everything would like roll into the next thing. I didn't have to be like, how do I feel about this? And of anything I don't miss drinking though, because it just made me feel like shit. But I do kind of miss that, like just like having it all like just be like a snowball of chaos is kind of nice. Because now I always am like stopping and like checking in or like what's wrong? How did I fuck this up? Like just the awareness, being present all the time.
It's acknowledging the problems that exist.
That's the word. That's the phrase.
When I stopped drinking, I was like, "Fuck! I have all of the problems I had. I was ignoring them."
Exactly.
I feel like I got back from like I don't know. I've never had a real job, but like Monday, and I'm like, oh my god, stop drinking feels like the Mondays.
You've never been in office ever?
I have, but I didn't take it seriously.
Me too, and I did not last very long. Like I'd always get fired after like 5 months.
Yeah.
Because I always do sales and not sell anything.
Are tariffs ruining the pricing of your sex things? Are we allowed to say sex things in an ad read? So maybe you guys are looking for new lube, harnesses, strap-ons. Well, we've partnered with feelswell.co, and if you guys use our promo code SOTIB, that some of this is bad, then we get 20%. So you're not only supporting them.
I don't think you should tell them that, but
we should definitely tell them that because you guys want to support our show.
Yeah. Yeah, guys, you guys like gay sex? This website has some shit.
You don't need to do this website to have gay sex, but if you wanted lube, you might.
They have lube. They got those tight little panties you guys like to wear.
80,000 different products. If you have a penis,
80,000 different products.
A pussy, you got anything. They are American made, which we're not a nationalist brand, but we do love to avoid those tariffs whenever we're buying lube.
Is it American made?
It's American made, American shipped, all the way from America to your bedroom. That's their tagline. America, all the way to your bedroom.
Keep America in your bedroom.
Feelswell.co. Check it out. It's in the link.
Some of this is bad. SOTIB.
SOTIB.
Some of this is bad. SOTIB.
Feelswell.co.
For 10% off.
Feelswell.co.
Bye.
They don't like that.
Yeah.
Gotta
you
sell.
I bet in the interview you really seem like you're gonna be a good salesperson.
And that was the problem. I
I
would
can
get
sell me.
hired, and they
Yeah.
would be like excited, and then I would never sell anything. I've never sold one thing ever.
Well, 'cause
I
ever.
feel like you told me this stuff you were selling was like crazy stuff. Though.
That was the stuff I wanted to invent. When I actually had like sales jobs, it was like educational travel or what else? Like a recruiting
educational
thing.
travel.
Yeah, like a trip to France or whatever. I'd sell it to school teachers, but I never sold one.
Yeah,
Not
yeah.
one.
Well, because school teachers have no money.
That's exactly the problem. And I would call like prep schools too, but like they'd be like, "Oh, we don't know if this is in our budget." And I'd be like, "I totally get it. Do your thing." Like I would never, ever push.
Yeah, you have to push.
Got to push.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I had other sales jobs too. Never sold a damn thing. I
Well,
never
can
sold
you,
anything.
Can you try to sell Dylan a trip to France?
Well,
And
I
I
don't
want to
think- I'll
let
tell
you
you this.
know this client hates French people.
I'll tell you this. I don't think that, not to be disrespectful, just from what I know about you, I don't think maybe you're good at selling things. I think you're good at having ideas.
Yeah,
Which
exactly. 100%.
Like you got good ideas and schemes.
Right.
You know what I mean? But selling
Totally.
them is a little bit harder.
Because also, if it's like I'm trying to sell you a trip to France, I'm like, okay, I'm selling a trip to France, but I'm gonna be 100% with you. You don't need me to sell you the trip to France. Like you can go do it yourself, like on ChatGPT, like
Already
whatever.
you've
You
lost
know what I'm
somebody
saying?
else.
Like
Yeah.
I'm like, unless I so believed in the product, but then I'd feel weird that I'm selling it. Like I'd want to be like, I have no part in this. I did this is how much I believe in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So selling was not.
yeah, that's not good.
Did you ever sell anything?
Well, I used to be the assistant manager and eventually the store manager of Massage Envy, and I did have to sell membership packets.
How'd it go?
I'm very good at them.
Really?
I was the top salesperson.
He-
at Massage
Love
Envy.
that.
He
And
bankrupted.
okay, well, so that, but
Well,
that was like, well, so I'll tell you what
there
happened.
were the fires
I'll
and
tell
the
you- no,
lawsuits,
I'll-
but the
I'll
sales.
tell you what happened. I barely ever talk about this, but I worked at Massage Envy, and I started as a front desk person. They make you sell memberships, and then I became the skincare liaison.
And how do you sell the membership? Like you go to
So it's
check
60
out.
So it's they go to check out and they go. So normally it'd be $120
Right,
for
right.
one massage, but if you sign up today, we'll actually drop that down to our member rate for $40.
Great.
And then our membership is actually only $60 a month, and then after, and you won't get charged that today, so you're only paying the $40. Next month, you won't get charged for 30 days. You get charged $60.
This is good.
You'll immediately get a free hour on file. You use that hour and you want to come in again. The next massage is only $40. You get 2 massages a month for $100.
I'm gonna go sign up right now.
It's literally, but then they never have any availability, and then people, they can't
But
make
you-
it in. And,
It's because it feels like you're giving the person a secret. Like you're like letting them in on something.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how, who does that? I noticed that he does it with his hand movement, not to bring up politics, but Trump will do that. Like when I watch him speak, sometimes he'll like do this with his hands. Like it's like he's bringing you in on, like he's like,
he's like, come on closer.
yeah, and then like Rosie O'Donnell, like da da da.
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
this is like when it's like something he doesn't like with his hands. But yeah, it feels like you're like telling a little like tidbit. So
Oh,
like, I
yeah.
want to sign up for that.
Oh yeah, and so then I came up with this idea. We were running a membership. We were running a membership for Christmas special.
Yeah.
Where if they bought $200 worth of gift cards, we would give them 2 free hours.
Okay.
And so I came to my manager and I said, I have the best idea. What if we sell them the gift cards and then we use the gift cards to pay their membership dues? So they're just paying for what they're already paying for early, but through gift cards.
Okay.
And by the way, I'm just a sales associate.
And what benefit did that give you? It made you an asset to the company. Like you wanted him to be like, "Ooh, Dylan's
No,
good."
we were making commission.
Okay, great.
So that was more memberships, more people buying it, crazy. So then we end up, and so I tell all the managers, and they all go, "That's a great idea." They're like, "Oh my god, we love that.
Yeah.
Do it." And so then and this is like a place owned by like 6. One guy owns like 6 locations, so all 6 locations. Between 3 of us, me and these 2 other girls, we were in a competition, and we got so many bonuses for this.
Great.
We
How
sold
old were you at the time?
This was like 5 years ago. I was
Okay.
25.
Okay.
We sold $100,000 worth of gift cards in 2 months. And then we charged them all to the people's monthly things. So then that was great. So it was like, everyone was like, oh my God, this is crazy. But then like the next month when all the memberships fees came through, we didn't make any money because they were all, so it was like, so it was like, whew, and then immediately into
Right.
the red. And then, yeah, almost bankrupt the entire company doing that. But I was given permission.
Also, you came up with that's on them to see if it's something that does the long term. You're just in the sales role. You're not
Yeah.
the CMO,
Marketing.
CFO.
Yeah. But I was
I haven't spent much time in offices.
Yeah.
Like,
I also love that the CFOs come in visiting the sales
yeah, I
team.
have no like.
But that was a great job for like, I used to get free facials and
Love that.
and massages and skincare and microdermabrasions and chemical peels.
It's
And
got
that
to be
was really-
something you kind of believe in a little bit.
Yeah.
Did you ever work at one of the locations where it got a little sexual.
So there were some issues.
That was a big thing with massage envy. Actually, not sexual harassment.
Right.
Yeah.
That's why I
No.
kind of looked at you.
Yeah.
I was like, well, it was sexual, but it was
sexual
assault.
harassment.
Yeah.
It was
They were
assaulting.
assaulting. Yeah.
We had to watch a lot of videos about how to deal with that if someone comes up afterwards and talk to them about it. And
Sure.
There was like tons of videos. And then it never happened at any of the locations I was working at. I think it happened like years prior. But yeah, it was like a huge issue through massage envy. And
I remember
we had to work
that.
with like a whole company that came in. Yeah.
Sure. Like talk and being like, don't do
Yeah, and then if
these
somebody
things.
came out you and said like something happened, you like brought them into the office and decided whether or not they
Right.
wanted to call the police, and then I think you immediately have to send the massage therapist home. It
For
was a whole
sure.
thing.
Your shift is over.
Yeah, forever.
You're done.
Yeah. Thank
Yeah.
you so much.
Yeah.
But you never know. Then there's rumors that people are like jerking each other out. You know what I mean? Like you can't. Who knows what happens behind closed doors? You
I've
know?
had like where they've tried to make it sexual with massages twice.
How do they try?
So maybe
And
definitely
do you
twice.
Do you wear underwear during your massage?
Yeah,
Me too. Boxers.
always. I'll
Full
wear like
naked.
underwear. I'll take my shirt off and stuff though.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's been a few times where I'm like, I'll go in just to get like my shoulders rubbed in the back, take your pants off, and I'm like, I don't have underwear on, like I'm good, and then maybe I've done it then, but like I like to wear underwear.
Yeah.
But the times that they try to make sexual 2 times, one it was both like guys, and it was like a walk-in body massage place in New York, and they started rubbing my butt and like kind of like pushing my hips into the table, and I was like, thank you, good for you, because both times I was very like, I knew, right, it took me a second, and then when they did I knew what they were trying to get, some like friction, and then so I like stopped. It wasn't pushy either of these times. I stopped and I was like, not interested, but thank you, because I think it takes like so much balls for these guys to be like, look how gay looking I am, to be like, I'm gonna be like offering this, to think that I would maybe be interested in it. I'm like,
Yeah.
Not to be graphic, were they going for the hole?
no.
There's cheeks.
So they were starting out, and I mean, I knew it was getting sexual, because it was like, that's something I would do to somebody, like,
Yeah, but
you know what I mean?
But there are like glute massages.
there are, but
Right.
that's usually like really in the, this was like, they would like rub, it reminded me of like if someone's like straddling you and you're massaging the butt, hoping to get them to like start pushing their butt back in to want some pressure over the asshole. But this is before that.
Okay.
So he's like
Okay.
rubbing, and then kind of like massage. It's like a hyper focused massage around the butt, and push the hips in, and then I'll kind of be like, what's happening?
Like a test to be like, are you?
Yeah.
Back it up if you want it.
That's what it felt like.
Okay.
And the only reason I definitely know it was sexual is because one time I
turned
like
around.
let them keep doing it for a while, because I was like, maybe I would be down for this.
Really?
Yeah.
A guy?
Little old guy.
Really?
One of the most bizarre experiences of my entire life.
A little old guy, and yes, I might be into this.
Well, it was so like technical. Like it was like, I go in and that's how I knew the next time that someone was doing all that butt stuff, I was like, oh, blah, 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 and they were like, okay, and I was like, but the first time the guy was like doing it, I was like, is this, and then I was kind of like, it was so technical though. It was like very overwhelming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I was like, maybe I would like, I was curious, what is he gonna do?
Yeah.
That's what
Yeah.
it was. Like I was like,
How far can we take this?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
and also like in a
'Cause
way, I was
if
like,
sexual, then what? You
Right.
know? Because
In
he's not
this-
gonna pull it out. You
and
know?
what is he gonna do? Like, what is he sussing me up, thinking what that is gonna be like, sexual dynamic wise, in this situation? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
he just turns around and goes, "Mama."
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, where do you see that? Like, how is this gonna go? But I felt like when I left, I like gave that guy a big tip, and I was like, "Thank you." Like I wanted to be like, keep putting yourself out there. Like, it was very professional. It was so super professional. But now my girlfriend's had it, or I've had friends where it's like they're kind of like, yeah, people like will grope me or whatever. I've never had anything like that.
I've had like I got a massage here in Austin, and because I always keep my underwear on just because my boxers on, just because I'm like,
Sure.
whatever. But this guy was massaging me, and I'm also someone who's like, I don't need to flip over. I would prefer to stay on my stomach the entire time. When they make you flip over, I'm just kind of like, whatever. It's so annoying because you're like, I probably have a boner. I always get boners during massages.
It's fine.
It's fine. And so this guy was massaging me, and I had my boxers on, and he would like go up, but then he would go underneath my boxers, which you're like, if your boxers are there, it's basically to say like,
Yes.
this is a border. Like, you shouldn't really.
100%.
And they would go underneath it, like
Right.
all the way up my thighs, and I mean, he was like hot ass shit, so I was like, whatever.
Yeah.
Keep doing it. But we have a friend who's gay, and he says that every single massage he's ever gotten, the guys asked if they can fuck him.
Really?
Yep.
Fuck
Ooh.
him.
Clayton.
Wow.
And he goes, and I let them.
Wow.
And I go, that's so cool. I think about that every time I get a massage because they're not asking me if they can fuck me.
I got one in
Yeah.
Las Vegas, and
I think he has a really great ass.
But also, they should then be paying him, don't you think?
Yeah.
Because if he's getting the massage and then they're fucking him, I would think like the massage therapist is getting a lot out of that too.
I would think it's a
Yeah.
wash.
it's a wash,
If I massage you, if I give you like an hour-long massage and then we fuck afterwards,
right?
I'm not expecting you to pay me, but I'm sure as fuck not paying you.
I'll tell you, if JJ
Yes.
is massaging me and then fucking me, he's paying me twice.
Yes.
Yeah. You know JJ?
No.
Oh, okay.
But I can picture it. Yeah.
Yeah, I got one in Las Vegas, and the guy just kept on whispering Chinese things in my ear, and I was like, "What?" He goes, "Nothing."
Like Chinese word.
But it felt sexual.
I couldn't tell.
Yeah.
because a whisper is a whisper.
He
you
was
know?
probably like, "You're on my foot. Like, we need to move the table. It's on my foot."
right.
And you're
Was he
like,
just like,
"All right."
"Fucking
Yeah,
hate
yeah.
this guy"? I was
He's
like,
I gotta
"Huh?"
leave for a second to go to the bathroom. Is that okay? And you're just like not letting him go.
Yeah, no,
It
then,
was sexual.
I think so.
Yeah.
He whispers. It's like that.
Whispering's
Whispering,
crazy.
Very
in
sexual.
the ear. I mean, like, even sometimes my friends whisper in my ear, and I'm like, stop it.
I
Yeah.
hate whispering.
Are you?
man.
I feel like you're either an ears or a nipples guy.
Mm.
me?
No, like I've
Wait,
men.
one or the other? What do
I
you
think,
Like,
I think you.
Yeah.
I'm getting a.
No,
I'm getting because neither for me.
you don't. Your ears don't do anything for you in the bedroom.
They can bite them, but do not breathe into them.
But like,
Oh, wow.
why?
Huh?
Why?
I don't think I'm autistic, but when I see autistic person, not like the tag in the back of the shirt, it feels like that. Where I'm like, oh, that's how I feel about my whispering in my ear.
Oh, I guess the guy on TikTok was wrong. He was like, every guy is either an ears or a nipples guy, and I was like, well, I'm an ears guy.
I think I would be more ears too.
Yeah.
What do you go for on the partner first? I go for ears before nipple.
I think if I'm going at a guy, I would go for his nipple before his ears, but I like when guys go for my ears.
Yes. My girlfriend
For
said
my
the other
love
day-
languages.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
I think I go for neck.
Yeah,
Yeah. Neck and ears are so connected, though.
definitely.
Okay, then I guess I'm an ears guy.
Definitely.
If your throat, you're basically ear.
I would just be
already.
clear. I'm going for the neck before I'm going for the nipples. Okay, you don't
Right.
put that on me.
Well, you can't go for the nipples too early in the
Yeah.
night. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
That is true. Yeah.
They gotta be. The vibe has to be. Lots of things have to be checked off.
Yeah.
My girlfriend said she was like, you go for my feet, my shoulders, like so many things before your nipples. Because she said she was like, I want you to start like spending more time on my nipples, and I was like, I don't. She was like, not really, no. And so I guess I'm not a nipples person
Spend more time.
on the nipples.
You said the feet. You into feet?
Yeah, I like feet. But this has developed as I've gotten older, and let me tell you this. It's I don't know. I just looked at your feet too. I would not. Not those, but no. It's only been as I've gotten older, and they got to be in context. It's not like I would like look at isolated feet as part of porn, but like I would say in the past like 7 years I've gotten into feet.
Yeah.
And now, yeah, I like them as a part of an overall sexual thing, not like the foot alone.
Yeah, some
You know
of the
what I mean?
guys who have foot fetishes, it's so scary. You don't even know. I ask every straight friend I have, I go, "Do you have a foot fetish?" You'd be shocked. Guys, you wouldn't even expect to go.
Really?
Oh yeah. You should start asking men.
And what does that mean for them? You think like they want to suck them, they want to jerk off on the toes?
Yeah.
Yeah, some of them just want to look at them like they're.
See, I don't have that.
Yeah, no, it's crazy.
See, a foot job to me seems ridiculous. Like, who is
Oh,
that helping?
That's for like Family Guy porn. You know, like, I'm like,
yeah,
you know,
but
who's
people do it.
I think that's
People-
very erotic.
a foot job.
Not for me. Not I would, but I think I could see how someone wanting to get a foot job. Yeah, because it's like the person's not operating with all their like a foot job is like kind of hard to
Yeah,
do.
it's clunky. That's
So
what
I would
I'm
think
thinking.
it's
I
kind
want
of.
like some precision. I want it to be like you know.
I think it's like an edging thing a little bit.
Yeah, gooners.
I will say though, when I think I've talked about this before, but when I was like 11, I was at the hot neighborhood.
11.
11. When I was like 12, 11, I was at the hottest kid in my school. It's funny to be like the hottest kid at my school.
Never forget.
And I'll never forget. And we were watching Room Raiders, and he put his foot into my bulge.
Yes.
And but I don't have a foot thing, but I remember being like, well, it wasn't a foot job, but it was like, whoa. He was like,
Very
playing-
erotic.
It was very erotic. At 11, I was like, oh my God.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
everything's erotic when you're 11.
I know. Well, also his foot on my.
Like, let's say you met a guy and he's like, "This is what I'm really into." I can't even. It would seem like a waste of time to me.
Really?
Yeah.
But what if? But then they'd
If my
get so
wife-
turned on by it.
If my wife was like, "Oh my God, I want to give you a foot job so bad," I'd be like, "You can do it," but I would just be like looking at my watch.
You'd be like, you're doing it for you, not me.
For you, 100%
Yeah.
for you.
I honestly feel like it's one more thing I have to like oh, now you want me to start brushing my toes? It's like, I already, like, I'm so subconscious about all the things about me. And now
That's
I have to
exactly
worry
what
about my
I would
feet.
think if I was the foot receivee of it.
Yeah. I'm like, I mean, they come as is. Okay.
Right.
No judgment.
So I don't mind. I don't know if like I don't mind like if I'm already like physical, like I don't care what it's. But it's also like easy for me to say my girlfriend's toes are always like manicured and all that stuff. But
Yeah.
I do not think I would, because sometimes I'll be like going for the feet. She's like, no, I have to take a shower. I was at the airport, and I'm like, I don't give a fuck. I don't
Yeah.
care at all. And then she cares, so we don't do it. But I
Right.
do not care about that.
Okay.
I would like to think I wouldn't mind some dirty toes.
You wouldn't.
But I
wait,
ha-
have you been
how-
strep? Or like, come on.
Have I what?
Like, I feel like strep.
Not hygienic. I know, and I need to be working on that.
I'm not a germ person though, so I'm not like.
But like, if you,
But I need to be more better
I
about.
don't think it's something that you can get. I think you're
I
either a germ
have to,
Really?
because I get sick all the time because I'm always like eating with my hands. Like now I'm like I
Yeah.
try to wash my hands in a way that I never used to because I get sick all the time.
Really?
And I'd be like, oh yeah, give me that foot. I don't no thought of germs. I would
Yeah.
never think of strep.
But I don't like when people are like,
because
don't
when you
s-
give head, I have to be like, he does the apple cider vinegar thing, but I'm like, now
Really?
if I'm introducing feet, I'm like, dude, I might put Clorox in my mouth. Like,
Really,
well, I've
you
never
wouldn't
done
want
it, I
to
don't
be
know.
with someone whose foot you felt like you want to put Clorox in your mouth afterwards. I think you'd want to have it be like a precious foot. Like if it was like a clean
Oh, so
foot.
you're saying that's a deal breaker. You want a clean foot on your girlfriend.
No,
I personally don't, but I think that lots of people would want that. But I'm like kind of, I don't think it's gross, but that type of stuff doesn't raise a flag for me.
I'm gross, but I'm not into feet, But if
Right.
I added feet, then I feel like I'm getting gross,
I get that.
I don't mind it at post gym, but I'm also like not doing everything.
Right. You'd want it to be exfoliated and all that type of
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah, I get
The only
that.
time I get nervous about gym is when I'm in the locker room at the gym.
Do you change in front of everybody?
Thanks for asking. I have really worked on that, and I do, but I put my underwear on with the towel there, and that's mainly because there's a lot of comedians who go to the gym that I go to, and I just don't need. When I have a fat ass, when I'm done doing these whatever, I will walk around with it out. I don't care, but I don't need these loser comedians seeing my flat ass. All right, they already,
Oh, I thought you were saying fat dick.
No, I don't care if they see my dick, but I don't want them to see my ass.
Fair. I'll go if there were other comedians in the thing, that would not love that. But I'll like,
Sometimes they get fully naked, and I'm right there, and I go,
huh?
I'm gay.
Right.
And I go, what are you doing?
You think that they're like trying to?
No, I just
They're
don't
just
think
being
they care.
comfortable.
Yeah, which I guess that's so funny because I'm offended that they're doing it, and then also if they like went to the stall, because I'm in there,
Imagine.
I would be like, "Are you kidding me?"
Totally. Beyond homophobic.
Like, I would-
yeah, they're like, I cannot win with
No,
Dylan.
no
Yeah.
yeah.
He changed in front of me. He didn't change in front
yeah,
of me.
yeah.
There's a girl who used to work at a comedy club, and we ran into each other in the sauna. And that was kind of like exposure therapy for me, because I was like, usually I'll like go in the bathroom, change, and like come out, or I'll change. But if no one I know is around, like that
Yeah.
idea, I'd be like, oh my God. And then I was in the sauna. It was like a weird time of day. It was empty, and I had a towel around my waist, shirtless. And then I look up, and then I had seen her earlier, and I was like, hey. And then we talked for a little bit, and it was super therapeutic because it was super not weird.
Yeah.
But normally, because I'm like, I don't know what I think is going to happen. I get so nervous.
I even had to do that in the gym in general because I was like, had never showered in a gym before, even used the sauna, because I was just like, insecure about my body. And so then so my gym now is like, I'm just going to start doing it. And then I like literally don't care at all anymore. Yeah. So exposure therapy really does work.
Is it open showers?
No, they have like closed ones.
Okay,
If it
yeah.
was open showers, I actually don't think I could do that.
I couldn't do that.
No, I see those videos and I'm like, it's scary.
It's too much.
I actually don't know. I've never seen that in America,
No, me neither.
except in high school. But
Yeah.
no one showered in the high school.
And why
I
the
went to.
fuck are they doing that to high school kids?
Yeah.
Put up a division. I'd rather have less shower heads and a couple division in high school. Those poor kids. Like that's like peak discomfort, peak like sexual like understanding, figuring it out time. Then they're all showering together.
Yeah.
Maybe
wouldn't
that's
want
when you should do it. Maybe we should have done that.
You think it'd be exposure
I
therapy?
think we would have been
Now
okay
we're all like,
now.
stop, don't look at
True.
me. If you were
We
in high
would have been
school.
okay.
Yeah.
I also feel like
Well, I don't, they ever, what's crazy? I feel like they never have that for girls. Or maybe I'm just never looking up open shower
It's
porn
for girls.
I'm like, I feel like that's a very male thing to have open showers.
In my head, it's more okay for women to do it than men.
Of course.
because it's
Why?
like they're less like
they're-
Grabby.
Yeah, they're just like they're not gonna walk. There's no boner chance.
Yeah, that's so
There's
true.
no boner chance.
True.
Like even if everybody was turned on in the shower, they could be like, "I'm not turned on."
That's true.
You know.
That's true.
But if the dude was just standing with a rock hard, like it's a nervous boner.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, Dylan.
Yeah. Hey, I'm just nervous. Like my dad's yelling at me at a kid.
if people are looking at your boner though, then it's like I feel like if they see that you have a boner, then that's almost like on them for like looking at your boner. If you're not like going like this,
Yeah.
like if you're just
and I am always doing that when I want people to look. I just shimmy. I go, you want to see it?
if you're just soaping yourself up in a corner and you have a boner and then someone's like giving you a weird look, it's like, well, you're looking at my boner. I would think.
You were
Gaslight
like,
them, yeah.
gotcha. You looked at my boner.
Psych, you're gay now.
You're gay.
Mesmerized. Like just a beam shoots out.
Yeah.
I
think
didn't
about
look. I heard.
I heard. Yeah.
Just me.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, men are so interesting with the nudity and sexuality, I think.
Absolutely.
Because even in the sauna, like you'll see a guy and you'll be like, he must be a normal guy. And then he comes in and he's like, and is like doing a full
He must
cross.
be a normal guy.
I don't know. I just think it's
Doing weird
interesting.
stretches in the sauna.
Yeah, fully
Yeah.
naked. And you go like, who is this for? 'Cause
Yes.
You don't need to do this.
I have a friend who will air herself out in the sauna. She likes to, I've never been, I would be very uncomfortable with it, but she said that when she goes to like a steam room or a sauna, she likes to do like a vaginal steam. So she must be doing some type of stretch.
Maybe then that's an
Vaginal
at-home
steam?
sauna thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how she does it though. I think
She
she,
could
just kind
just
of,
get a humidifier.
she
fucking
could.
blow it up there.
I think it's because it's already like steamy in there. So she does something where it like, I don't know.
Or maybe the thing that you steam your clothes with, she could just
do a little bit of
pop
that.
it up there.
Yeah.
But why is she doing it?
I don't know.
Is it like good for your pores? Like it's good for your
I
face?
bet it is. I've never done that in
A good circulation?
Probably.
Are there people that have poor pussy circulation?
probably. I would imagine.
But it feels like, I mean, your fingers, sure, but your, okay. Well,
I
just a
think
thought.
you can get like, because you can get like acupuncture around. I've never done it.
That scares me. That scares me
Yes.
so much.
Have
I know.
you? Have
I
you
don't
ever-
want that for anyone. That should be outlawed, actually.
acupuncture on the.
Anywhere.
Yeah.
It can help though. Have you ever
Help
seen
what?
women hooking up in the sauna or steam room?
Never, not even close to it, and I didn't know that. I thought that was like a stereotype. I didn't, at least in New York, that seems to be like that happens in
For
the
men.
for men in the male
Yeah,
bathroom. I thought that was just like something that was like a rumor, or maybe at like certain ones, but I am pretty sure that happens at quite a few of them.
Yeah.
Which sucks if you
Most
just want to
gyms
go
are-
in the sauna. You know what I mean?
There's less.
No,
hooking up in
it's
the
not sauna, it's steam room.
Oh,
Yeah.
Sauna's too hot. You can't hook up in
okay. So steam room.
Yeah.
But like, what if like you just want to go in there and actually like get steam? Like the woman's one is silent, and people are like reading books, even when it's like really busy. It's so
That's
like,
how I
respectful.
like it.
I
I don't
like
even
that
like
too.
to. English people talk in the steam room, and I always go, God.
I brought my mom with me to the gym, and we went to the steam room, and she kept talking there, and there were like 4 other people in there, and I still think about it because I was like cringing because I was like trying to whisper.
Yeah.
And she'd be like, I don't know, what's going to happen when your sister moves. And, we have to figure it out. And I don't even, have you talked to your cousin Mary recently?
And I was like, I don't know, let's talk out of here. And she'd be like, what? And I'd be like, And then when we left, she walked out, and I stuck my head, and I was like, sorry. And they're like, it's fine. But I was like, it didn't feel fun.
Yeah.
It's not the place to talk.
It's the worst place to talk because the echoes and the steam room carries it even more.
The opposite of relaxing. But I
Yeah.
feel like the guys one I've heard gets quite,
Most gyms I've been to, there's a sign.
like don't, no
If there's
hand jobs.
if there's a sign that says no sex in the sauna, you're at a gay gym.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I feel like that's like wink wink, there's sex in the sauna.
Yeah.
Like if
Oh,
I saw that sign, I would think that it was more likely to be having sex in the sauna.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
that's them going, we tried.
Right.
We can't stop
Right.
them.
You're also giving me
Right.
the idea. Like I wasn't even thinking
Yeah.
about having sex in the sauna until I saw the sign.
It is subliminal messaging. It's the Coca-Cola in between the thing.
That's how I feel about when I see a no smoking sign on the plane. Because I'm not thinking about smoking, and then I'm just staring at not smoking, and now I want a cigarette.
Yeah.
I also really believe that you should be allowed to vape on planes. I really don't see the problem.
I mean, what about the other people?
Other people what?
There's
no
circulation.
secondhand vape smoke.
Yeah, there is. We don't know that.
But you should. Okay,
that.
here's the thing. Maybe,
I know
maybe you shouldn't be
that.
allowed to like rip it the entire time, but
You do a little puff.
a little puff. You take one puff in the bathroom and you get caught and you're going to jail. I think that's crazy.
Is
That
that,
would be
true?
a
Because that's exactly. I've been doing
Well, then
these
if you-
Lucy things, and I was like, I took a flight, and I was like, oh my god, this is so much more enjoyable now that I'm like, I need to go to the bathroom. Just,
Oh,
you
but
should
also
not
like
be vaping in there.
dude, a
What?
vape hit on a
You
plane.
get arrested.
Yeah, but
But
a
how
vape
would
hit on
they
a
know?
plane is like the best. It's better than a morning hit.
There was a really hot guy next to me on a plane recently, and I sat next to him. There was no one in between us, and he looked at me, and he took his vape, and he went,
Ooh.
and I went like, I won't tell anyone.
Secret safe with me.
I was
Told
like, I
everyone
got
on
you.
your podcast.
Yeah. Cut to.
Yeah, I was like, I got you. Don't worry. I was
Is it
like,
because the vape might like blow up in the air or something?
No, it's because they just want to control us.
The aviation.
I think that
people.
if they think if you let us vape, then people will smoke.
Right.
Like who smokes anymore? I smoke, but I'm like, who smokes anymore?
it would be. I can't even imagine somebody be like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know.
Right.
Well, one time I was at an airport. This is last year. I think it was when we all went somewhere. We all went somewhere, and I can't remember where. And we were at the airport, and my flight ended up getting delayed for like 7 hours, which is like a nightmare. And we were all hanging out, and there was this old woman with us, and she's like, also because I think whenever I'm at the airport and you see like all the doors where you could just walk out, I go, why can't the smokers just have like a deck?
Totally.
I just don't understand why they can't give us a deck.
In
Like,
Europe, they do.
oh yeah, but I'm in America.
There was
and I'm like
some
an
airport in
deck.
America that had one. I want to say the San Francisco airport. I don't know if they still do, but there was like a smoker's room, but it was not a deck. It was like
And
A
it
Las
sucks
Ve-
in there.
Las
And it
Vegas
sucks
has
in
it.
there.
Las Vegas
yeah,
has
sucks
maybe
in
it
there.
was. Can you smoke in the one in Vegas?
I did it, yeah.
Yeah, and I think you can.
But it's
Yeah.
a room.
It's a
Oh, it's a
room. It's
room.
really
Yeah.
nasty.
You can't smoke in the Vegas airport.
You can smoke in the room
In the Vegas. That's
It's
probably
like
where
all
it was.
Glass.
Yes, yes.
Yeah,
But they do
so-
have machines in there.
Yeah, they do
We
have
can
machines.
like to clean it.
No, to
No,
gamble.
sorry.
To gamble. Oh, yes, they do.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, yes.
But so I'm in this airport, and this older woman, and she's complaining. She's like, I need a cigarette. She's like, maybe I'll go back out. And they're like, I don't know. The plane could take. You know, when they're doing that thing like,
Right.
we could board in 30 minutes,
Right.
but you're not getting on it for 7 hours. She left, and she came back, and everybody started freaking out because someone was like, somebody just smoked a cigarette in the bathroom. And she came back, and she was like, it was me. I was like, that's amazing. That's amazing to go into the bathroom and light up a real cigarette.
Just looking at the sign saying
I'll
not
vape-
to do it.
Oh yeah, I'll vape in the airport, no problem. I
Sure.
have no problem doing that.
In
but-
the airport?
yeah, Just
Or in
not-
the bathroom?
I've stolen
I'll
at the
do both.
airport.
Oh,
Oh
God, that flew by fast.
yeah, that did go by. Jared,
We're just
Love
doing our
you.
last two segments.
Hey.
We're just doing our last
you're
two
doing a great
segments.
job.
I'll steal at the airport. Not anymore. Well, I try not to. I shouldn't say not anymore because then that's also lying on top of the stealing. But
Which
I
is-
I have a little problem. No, it's not a big problem, but it's like because I'll be like, okay, I don't smoke, I don't drink, I don't do this, I don't do that, and then there's something when I get into the airport and it's like so overpriced, and then I'm waiting in line, and then someone looks away, I've waddled out with something. But if I got, but I am not gonna. But I'm lying.
Yeah,
I love
understand.
You know what I mean?
What are you like? Water.
Waters. Where it became too much was I took a phone charger.
Yeah.
But it was like see, I'm about to lie again. I wanted to do it. I planned it out. So at first I was like, I feel weird, like I shouldn't do this, and truly it was busy. But then I got excited from that, and then I went and I like waited till someone wasn't there, and like I like took it and was like thrilled with it.
I thought about stealing a neck pillow countless times
It's-
because I put it on. I go, how
Get
do
me
you
out
know?
of here.
How
Exactly.
do you know?
Right.
Tell me I'm not. And they go, this is the most like cameraed place in the U.S. And I go, oh.
When they think that no one's going to do it because who would be that stupid? This is where I see opportunity.
Yeah.
I think, okay, no one's going to do it. So they're not even be checking the footage because like, what kind of idiot is going to risk, what would it be, a federal crime for taking a neck pillow?
I will say though, don't ever steal at like a place like Target because they have like CIA level thing and they'll let you steal.
Right.
Some people don't know.
Oh, I
this.
heard about that.
They'll let you steal until and they have your face recognition. The minute you walk into Target, they know who you are. They have
Right.
like literally CIA level stuff, and they'll let you steal until it's a felony. And then just one day, you could steal like a pack of gum one day, and if it hits you over that mark, they'll swarm you.
I've heard about that too.
Yeah, it's really bad.
Who's they'll swarm you? The Target employees?
Yeah, security.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because then they can say, we got you on the hook for 10,000. You go,
But
it's
is
just
it-
gum. And they go, not yesterday, not the day before.
Is it 10,000 in that Target, or do all Targets have a connected
All
database?
Targets have a connected database.
yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Do you guys do the beep beep on your hands? Like, did you register your hands for the Amazon store?
Yeah.
No.
So I did. I did it.
Yeah, so
You
did
go
I.
in and then
The
there's
palm.
cameras everywhere, and I didn't steal from that, even though that would be a thrill. But
Did
I
you register your hand at Amazon. I can't believe that's
Beep,
a
beep.
sentence
Isn't that
right?
crazy?
I will never do. I'll tell you right now, I'll never do it.
It's because I already did the TSA pre-check. I'm on ChatGPT all the time. But you got ChatGPT, they get things wrong. So you have to be a little bit careful with that.
I've never done ChatGPT.
I do it all. I
I
think
do
it's so
ChatGPT
interesting.
and Grok. I love
What's
it.
Grok?
Unfortunately, it is Elon Musk's ChatGPT, but it's like a sassy version, and you
Ooh.
talk to it, and it talks to you, and it'll be like, "Go off, girlfriend."
Does it do that because that's how you like? It's
Yeah.
tailoring it to you.
Yeah, I told her
So
to-
mine might not do that to me, but
I told her to embrace Oscar Wilde and the guy who wrote Gulliver's Travels, Jonathan Swift, and she goes, "Okay, let's
Wow.
go."
it's really mine's like extremely encouraging. And I said to it, I was like, I would like it if you said if you didn't like something sometimes. So I'll tailor it that because
Yeah.
before it'd be like, that's a great idea. Oh, even better idea. And I'm like, that was a typo. That wasn't what I meant at all. And they're like, oh, sorry, I thought. And I'm like, you don't need to say everything's a good idea.
Yeah.
These are bad ideas.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
how are you?
I use it all the time.
We have to do our.
This sucks.
Okay.
Yeah, this was
I
great.
wanted more.
We have 2 segments.
Anytime.
Yeah.
I'm gonna come back to Austin in May for a wedding, for Matthew Broussard's wedding. I'm really excited.
Oh, love it.
Oh,
Yeah, and I'm gonna try to come in a couple days early because I'm gonna be in Vegas before that. So I'm just gonna try to come in
we love that.
and, putter around
Love it. We'd love to have you back on if you want.
anytime.
All right, so we have 2 segments.
Okay.
The first segment is.
Do you have any questions for us? I feel like it's
Here's
funny
the
that-
thing, I do, but I mean, like just in general, I guess I would be curious, like, how are you guys sleeping?
Not good.
Really?
I actually, when you're looking at somebody walk down the street and you go, "Oh, I know what that guy's mom looks like because it's exactly her." I turn to my husband. I go, "Do my sunken eyes remind me of your dead dad?"
Damn.
And he was like, "Shut the fuck up!" But I was like, "I'm so sweet."
I don't think you have sunken eyes.
Oh, thank you.
But they get
But
sunken
I'm
in?
so tired.
Because I've been sleeping well, but then not getting enough REM sleep.
I think that's what it is. But I have the aura, and
Yeah, I
it'll
got
be like,
that
"You're
fucking
you're
aura.
fine."
I need that thing, but I have a hard time falling asleep. But once I'm asleep, I'm dead.
Would you say that you're happier now than when I was on the podcast last year? Same amount of happy? Or like, where would you say you're at happy wise? If that's even a fucking thing.
I'm way more stable.
That's great.
I'm way more stable, I think.
Wow.
And yeah, I would say I'm way more content.
Damn.
Yeah.
And I feel like I've kind of been staring at the ground. I feel like I was staring at the ground last year, and now I'm kind of like looking up and be like, "Okay, where are we going now?"
I relate to that. I feel like I was like putting a lot of like trying to like regroup and get a lot of things in order, and then in the past like 5 months I've been like, okay, like I'm ready to look up, but then I feel very torn because I'm like, can I apply this self-help stuff to the level of like drive that I feel like I know I need to do to then like pull forward again entertainment wise, because that to me is very associated with like anger. So it's like trying to be like, how do you merge those things?
Yeah.
We'll see. I'm going for it. So if I have to be angry, then so be it.
Love it.
The Hidden Dragon. I don't know if you guys ever watched that movie. We need emotional content. Anyways,
But I do believe that.
it's true. It's good. We should all watch it later, but we don't have time. We
I
have
know.
to move to
Someday.
our final segment.
Okay.
If you were a gay man,
Mm-hmm.
would you rather have sex with me or Dylan, and why?
Back again, it would be you. No
Yeah.
offense to
No,
Dylan.
it's okay, of
Full
course.
respect. But if we were to hook up, I would definitely give you a blowjobs, of course. Of course. Blowjob, suck on your toes. Actually, honestly, if I were like Twinkie and if you were topping, I would rather have you top, but
Yeah.
But
But this
that
is
would
who
be
you are.
crazy. That's not like that would be like a lot of configuring. But so definitely because you're
Pillow Princess.
love that. I think that's great.
Cool.
I think that's great. So definitely that for sure.
Awesome.
But if we were to have sex, we'd figure it out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like
That's beautiful.
I would go for blowjob, then probably butt stuff. I'd probably rub your back. You probably like to just get the fucking though, right?
Well, I actually only have sex if it's like an intimate like situation, and then mostly I'm just like oral and yeah. and
I
verbal.
agree with that. I want to at least pretend to myself that there could be something with the person.
Yeah.
Which is part of why if my girlfriend and I we've talked about like if we ever open it up, because I was like, there's a problem. She can have like totally like no feelings attached. I'm like, I only want to do that if I like.
I actually have a
Get
quick
a
question
thrill.
before we end, because you used to probably open thing. Because your girlfriend, is she bi?
Yeah.
Would you ever have a threesome with another man in the room?
Yeah, that's probably what we would be able to do, but then we'd have to find the right guy. Because I
Yeah.
love wife swap. I love the idea of
Every
like.
time you say wife swap, I think of the TV show Wife Swap.
Oh,
with the
were they?
God
I've
Monster.
never seen that, but I've Googled like wife swap. Oh, that wife swap, and then that'll pop up, and I'm like, wife swap, dirty talking, like bang, 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 like fuck my holes, like whatever. And then I'm like, oh, this TV show, and I get clips on that sometimes too. Yeah. Do you watch that show?
Yeah,
it's
I
funny.
referenced the Christian God, whatever, so many times.
Oh, I get fed it, but so yes, but it would have to be because, and I had a bad dream a couple nights ago where it was like we were having it, and the guy was like fucking her, and then he said something like homophobic.
Oh.
Like he was like, oh, like this person can't do that, and then it's like no, because if that happened, then I'd have to choke him, and he'd have to crawl around, and I'd have to do stuff to him to assert dominance of some sort.
Yeah,
you know what
that
I mean?
could be kind
It
of.
could be, but then my girlfriend wouldn't want a guy that she'd want like a really she wouldn't then want a guy to penetrate her who also was like
Maybe it's like a
Getting
full
it.
wife swap situation where it's like a couple and they're super allies to the gay community, and they're like, we just want to have a foursome with this lesbian couple and switch around, and you're fucking his wife and he's fucking your girlfriend.
right,
Yeah.
but
And you guys are like teammates.
And you guys high five.
his girlfriend, I'd be down for that, and then both the two like women ones would be like, it's over, like
Yeah.
you could just
And
high five.
then they're just both on the bed and you're back to back.
Yeah,
going
like
this.
boom, and they're like worst sex ever. I would maybe do that, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Because swinger couples are a little.
I don't care what people look like once we're actually having sex, though. I don't care about that. I mean, they have to have a feminine energy or whatever, but I do not care. I would take someone who is not conventionally attractive, but like into it over an attractive person any day.
I
Any
actually,
day.
I
I
actually agree.
I agree, but
any
I
day.
also wasn't saying ugly.
And on that, Emma, where can people find you?
You can find next time I come on, I'll ask what you were gonna say. So, there's a comedian, Peter Ravel, has a great joke about like it's never with that type of swinger stuff. It's never who you want to. But all right, you can find me online, Emma Willmann on all platforms. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much
Thank
for doing
you.
the podcast. It's a great episode.
Anytime.
Thank you.
Love
Bye.
it. Bye.
So, this is back. Some of this is back. Some of this is back. Some of this is
To drag out horse.